This is Clonehead once again, doing a Hasbro toy review for ImperialShipyards.net. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Target Clone Wars 2 packs. Let me grab them real quick right here. We have the ARF Trooper Waxer with the Battle Droid. Kind of hard to see, I got so much glare going here. And the Special Ops Clone Trooper with the Geonosian drone. So with no further delay, let's get right on to the review. Here we see the first figure pack. Of course, these figures come with the cards for the Galactic Battle game and one die. And the Battle Droid is pretty much a repaint from the Clone Wars Battle Droid that we've seen in the past. Features no articulation in the ankles, no articulation in the knees. He's got a twist joint here at the waist on both legs. There's also a twisting swivel joint where the waist is. The backpack is removable. He's got a ball jointed head. He has ball jointed shoulders, which is actually kind of cool for opposing weapons. He's got a swivel joint there at the elbows, and that's it. He comes with a typical Battle Droid blaster, Clone Wars style. Basically just a repaint of what we've seen before. The Clone Wars Waxer figure is just a repainted ARF Trooper. He has different markings as far as the yellow and his camouflage than the Boyle that was released with the ATRT earlier in the year, or last year, has. Something I didn't see in the cartoon about the Waxer figure is he also has a symbol of Luna on his helmet in a different spot than Boyle does. Typical ARF Trooper articulation. He's got ball jointed ankles. He's got ball jointed knees. He does have a ball jointed waist. He has a ball jointed upper waist right underneath where his chest is. I mean, his thighs were ball jointed. Ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbows. He's got swivel jointed hands, but like the other super articulated Clone Wars figures that we enjoy, this hand swings in to help him grip his weapons, and this hand will swivel up and down for the same purpose, I'm sure. A good figure. If I had my Clone Wars Boyle up here, I would show you a comparison shot in between the two. Possibly for the still shot review that I do for Imperial Shipyards, I will have a comparison shot for both of them. And that is that set. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, here are the figures from the second of the Target 2 packs. This is the Geonosian drone, and then the Special Ops Clone Trooper. And then, of course, they come with their own Galactic Battle game cards and die. Now the Geonosian drone is sort of an ugly figure. I'm not exactly sure how he's supposed to hold his weapon. I'll give you a decent look at this guy here. The paint applications seem to be fairly cool, and actually kind of an accurate look for the animated version of the Geonosian. Let's take his gun out of here. I don't know if that's how he's supposed to hold it or not. He doesn't hold on to it very well. Okay, you've got a ball jointed elbow, and he's got a ball joint at the shoulder. He only has a swivel joint at his wrist. Now for the legs, he's got a ball joint at his waist, but it doesn't have a very good range of motion. He does have a ball joint at that joint, which we'll call his knee. There is no joint here, and there is also a ball joint that does not work very well. but it does work. At his ankle. He's wearing this little waist armor piece here. I'm not sure what the slot is for in his chest piece. Maybe something in another figure. I can't remember. He does have a ball jointed head, which also does not have a very good range of motion. Pop him back to his stand real quick. I noticed that his feet don't accept the pegs in the stand very well. Him to the side. Now for the Special Ops Trooper, and this is what I was really looking forward to, because as of yet we have not had this head sculpt in a Clone Wars clone before. Paint applications look pretty good on this guy. As far as articulation goes, he's every bit of articulated as the Boyle figure, with a couple of exceptions. He does not have ball jointed thighs. It's just a swivel joint up there. And his hands, now as you can see, it is not the stone sculpt body, but his hands might as well be the stone sculpt, because they do not have the added articulation that the Clone Wars Waxer figure does, which is unfortunate. This is a solid ball jointed head. Let's pop this off real quick. It certainly appears to have the Commander Stone head peg to it. Let's see, I happen to have a stone figure right here. Pop his head off real quick. And as you see, it fits almost perfectly on the stone peg. But one thing I did notice is this peg sits a little higher off the body than the stone does, so if you put a stone head on there, it doesn't quite look right. It's sitting too tall. Pretty solid looking figure. Thus far, that's the only place you can get that head sculpt. And let's go on to his weapon. He comes with this pretty cool gun sitting on a tripod. Has some decent detail to it. I might see just a touch bit of warpage in my example, but not much. There's a little ball joint right there. So there's quite a few positions that you can get out of this thing. I haven't tried to pose him to actually shoot the weapon yet, but I'm sure I will when I take some still photos for the review that I put on Imperial Shipyards. I like that weapon. Double handled, real thin barrels, looks pretty cool. That'll do it for those two. Of course, the Geonosian is not wanting to comply to standing up again because of this foot peg. Once again, this has been Clonehead for ImperialShipyards.net. Thank you all for tuning in, and remember, you can find plenty of Hasbro toy figure reviews in our review board there at Shipyards.net.